Hi, I'm Shannon Baker, and today I'm here at Barton College in Wilson, North Carolina, speaking with Assistant Athletic Director Ginna Lewis about Damar Hamlin and his recent injury. Let's see what she has to say.
I don't know anything super specifically. I've seen the clip on television. The sports medicine community, I don't have any affiliation with the NFL or any kind of insider information, but the sports medicine community seems to think that he suffered a phenomenon known as commotio cordis, and in layman's terms, that's essentially a disruption of the heart rhythm. So what that really means is it's caused by blunt force trauma directly to the chest cavity or wall above the heart. His case was very classic in the definition of if this is actually what they ultimately believe to be what has happened. Is there's an impact, there's a bit of a delay where the person or athlete seems to be okay, and then they collapse. And so the response to any kind of collapse, especially in an athlete, especially in a healthy individual, is to assess the scene and perform, based on whether or not they're alert, or if they're unconscious or responsive, then begin CPR. Actually, it's most common in young male athletes. So the most common object, it's actually quite rare that it could potentially have happened to him during a football tackle. Him being a defensive player, he was making the tackle. But if you watch the play itself, the shoulder of the opposing player from the Bengals is what strikes him in the chest wall. And that could have been the moment of impact. Again, we don't know. It typically does happen in young males, and typically it's caused by an implement. It's actually quite rare in football because of the pads and because the implement being the ball is not as dense as, say, a baseball or a lacrosse ball, and those are the more common injuries that will result in this type of phenomenon or in this condition. The age range is your adolescent, young adult. Male is who this is most common in. With age being on his side and it potentially being related to a heart issue, the outcome is obviously more hopeful to be better in a young, healthy individual. And while it is a super rare condition, I mean, you think of a heartbeat lasts less than a second, right? And so a part of that heart being even smaller than that for an impact to occur precisely in that moment is extremely, extremely rare. My job in an incident like that is purely emergency management. Your job is to provide emergency management, which we're trained to do as certified athletic trainers, get the AED on an individual as soon as possible, and proceed with CPR as far as your protocols and training go, and then the treatment would then be done by a specialist, a cardiac specialist or an emergency management specialist in the hospital. I do work for Barton College. These are purely speculative opinions and research that I've done and training that I've received in my educational background, and not part of my affiliation with the school itself or my role here. But I am grateful for the opportunity, and thanks for your time this morning.